In this session, we are going to look at auxiliaries. Now, what is an auxiliary verb? An auxiliary verb is a verb that adds functional or grammatical meaning to the clause in which it appears. So, it expresses voice, tense, modality, aspect, emphasis, etc. And it usually accompanies a main verb, right? So, auxiliary verbs are otherwise called helping verbs. Now, there are three main auxiliary verbs: the primary auxiliaries, the modal auxiliaries, and the marginal modals. Now, let's see what are the primary auxiliaries. Be, do, and have are my primary auxiliaries. So, be forms would be is, am, are, was, and were. Okay. Do forms would be did and does. And have forms would be has and had. Okay. Modal. We have about 9 modal auxiliaries, which would be can, could, may, might, must, shall, should, will, and would. So these are our 9 modal auxiliaries. Our marginal modals would be 4. Need, dare, used to, and ought to. Okay, so we're going to look at each of these in detail. Let's understand the form of be: is, am, are, was, and were. Alright, the first sentence, I am thin, or this is my house. Now here, the auxiliary verb functions as a principal intransitive verb in the meaning of mere existence. So, I am a woman. So, I know my auxiliary verbs are am and is here. So, here it functions as a principal. So, this is the main verb, right? And it is intransitive. I am. What is an intransitive verb? That does not have a direct object, right? So, I am thin, or this is my house. So it functions as a principal intransitive verb expressing mere existence, or he is my friend, or she is my brother, or she is my sister, right? The second one, it also is used to form continuous tenses in the simple present tense and past tense. So I am going to the library. So here it is in the continuous tense. It is also used to form passive structures in the passive voice, again for using simple present tense and past tense. So here, some students, it will be students, were asked to stay back, right? So this is in the passive form, were asked to stay back. So this would be in the passive form. So it is used to form passive structures, okay? It is used in the continuous tense. It is used for mere existence. Okay, and last, it is also used to express a polite command followed by an infinitive structure. Now, if you look at this sentence, you are to come to class tomorrow. So it's more of a command. There's also a slight warning in this, right? To come is my infinitive, right? Here is my auxiliary verb are. So you are to come to class tomorrow. Or if someone is, supposed to take an examination and you want to tell that to that person, so you can say you are to do this test, or he is to do this test. To do is my infinitive. Are or is the auxiliary verb. Okay. So this is certain cases in which be forms are used. Let's look at the next auxiliary verb. So our next primary auxiliary is do, and the forms are did and does. Now in the first sentence, I did the assigned task. Here, the verb do functions as a principal transitive verb in the meaning of perform, right? So I did the assigned task, or I do a series of business deals. So there it's functioning, giving us the meaning of performing something, right? And it is the principal transitive verb taking up the direct object. Here in this case, the direct object is the assigned task, right? So here, the meaning is perform, and it acts as a principal transitive verb. Okay? The second and the third sentence, if you look at it, it functions as an auxiliary in the present and past tenses, either as a question or to express a negative meaning. So if you look at this, don't you want to eat is in the question form, right? And I do not like this dress is in the negative meaning, right? Notice don't is nothing but do plus not, right? Don't you want to eat? Okay, and it also acts as a proverb or a substitute verb, meaning to avoid repetition of the previous verb. So here I have works as the verb, right, the main verb, and then I have the auxiliary or helping verb do. So here I don't have to say he works harder than you do work. So again, their work is not required. So I will just say he works harder than you do. So it's understood that, you know, he works harder than how you work, right? So here it acts as a proverb or a substitute verb, right? All right, so let's move on and understand the use of have. So the primary auxiliary have has two forms, has and had, right? In the first sentence, I had a car. It performs or functions as a principal transitive verb expressing the meaning of possession. So here had is my principal transitive verb, a car. By transitive verb, it takes up the direct object, a car, right? So this means possession, ownership. I had a car. I used to have a car. It expresses the meaning of possession here, okay? All right. In the second sentence, it is just used to form perfect tenses. Now, what is a perfect tense? Have, which is has or had form, plus the past participle. Seen. Remember, the past participle is the third tense of the verb. So, see, saw, seen. See, present tense, simple present. Saw, simple past tense. And seen is the past participle. So, it is also used to form the perfect tenses. Okay. It is also used as an obligation when it is followed by an infinitive structure. So here, the infinitive structure is to help, right? This is my infinitive. So I have to help my team. It's an obligation, you know, I should. So it is also used to express obligation followed by an infinitive structure. Okay, so these are our primary auxiliaries, be, do, have, and we've understood where and when it is appropriate to use them. Let's move to our modal auxiliaries now.